Alright. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We're picking up right where we left off last time. I closed out because I was out of time, but now I have time. So we're just jumping in. We gotta fight our way back to the Fleshworks. I did pop in, but there's no... the portal isn't, like, right there, so... We just gotta, pop our way back over there. We can just go straight up through. Oh. Well, I guess that's not connected, because we definitely went through there last time. Oh, I think I went that way. Oh well.
That skill's not ready.
It never hurts to, like, re-kill a bunch of stuff anyway, because you get all the reputation, experience, and loot. Chances of loot. I thought that connected better. Hey, respected with the outcasts. That's good, they got good stuff. Which guards are good? One-handed ranged. Okay. Oh, ether. Best pendant. I actually don't need that. Breastplate, though. That's overall worse. Okay.
Can't do that.
Alright, now we're in. This is probably one of my favorite dungeons. It's gross as hell in here.
Yeah.
Gotta keep your wits about you, because I ain't dying. I ain't going down. Or metal. Oh yeah, no. That's way better. For what we're about. Oh yeah, look at that.
I can't open that.
The living flesh doors, those are the best. No idea what that's blocked by.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet.
Could have swore I needed to go over there. Maybe it's the next area. What's that? Can't be it, right? Yeah.
Arrogant human, to think that you can enter my domain, my kingdom, and topple my greatest creation.
I can't do that yet.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I will enjoy crushing you.
Fortunately, it's too late to save these people. Oh yeah, we'll get some zooming in on what's happening here, because it is.
That skill's not ready.
Will never stop us.
Is not right. Destroy the womb. Burn it down. I am pleased to report that our recent experimentation upon human female specimens have been exceptionally successful. It appears the hosts are far more receptive of our pregnation methods than previously thought. Additionally, younger, more fit specimens have shown incredibly rapid rates of development and recovery. Bodies are more durable and longer lasting, allowing us to increase the rate and frequency of impregnation with astonishing results. These specimens have been proven capable of hosting 2 or more incipient ovules per womb. We have reduced the required gestation period by half, and due to longevity of younger hosts, we may be able to further accelerate the process. I have full confidence we can make further improvements so long as we maintain a steady supply of specimens. However, with the population rapidly dwindling in Malmouth, it may be time to draw upon our reserves of living subjects from Ireland and beyond. So yeah, they were... This is the, this is the womb. What it's called. They're doing... Ah, it's not great. It's not great. Not great what's happening down here. That's a no bueno. Not that it's good anywhere else. I don't know, they look like they're having a good time. Alright. Theoden, Marcel, and Surgeon we just heard about. Get a good look at him. He's kind of hard to get a good look at. Actually, you know why you're trying not to die. It's hardcore. You don't really want to get next near him.
Arrogance will be your end.
Alright, we got spider legs. Classic second phase. Man, I did not have a dodge roll last time I played, so it definitely makes things easier.
That you can save your people. Humanity is ours.
Alright, now we got Ghost Ethereal form.
You cannot stop us. We are the Aether itself. Empire is fallen. Your people slaughtered. Hope is then left for you that I can destroy. You cannot stop
Hey.
us. We are the Aether itself. Nothing.
That's good stuff. Alright, High Concilier's Coat. Boy, no. Wrathbringer, I think we just picked one of those up. No, two Necromancers. Astral Leg Webs, Lightning, Aether, two Reckless Power, two Primal Strike. No. Nothing we're going to use. Arcane Codex, we don't use offhand. For now, alright. That's life. Oh, weird.
Tell me. What? So we can't afford to underestimate our enemy.
Crimson Spike, Vitality, and Bleeding damage.
We've been preparing to make a push. I'm talking about the Black Iron Dog.
Secure the Black Iron Docks. they're alive and those things are using them? Oh boy, yeah. Right, and that's that. That's Malmoth. First, I must apologize for my tone in our earlier exchange. Your recent experimentations in Malmoth had the Circle concerned that you were diverging from established consensus. We now see we have erred in our judgment. The Circle finds the results of your experimentation upon living tissue to be of the highest interest. If the findings are indeed as promising as you assert, a new consensus shall be ordained without delay, one that takes these new parameters into consideration in our grand vision. Which brings us to the other matter which has spurred this communication. The Circle is made aware of stirrings within the Aether that may prove concerning. Great eyes now turn their attention towards this world. If they are made aware of what has transpired here, then all we have created, all we have gained, may be in jeopardy. Our grand vision must not be interrupted by cosmic ruminations. Victory is at hand, but we have to claim it. It is prudent that you execute your role without fail, and I trust that we shall experience no further complications. Shaper of flesh, no further delays shall be tolerated. We can no longer afford to be patient. So yeah, it's Malmoth.
Take a look, shall we?
Dread Skull. Let's see. More scrap. Spell woven threads. Dismantle everything? Yeah. I never really worry about this, huh? That's pretty good.
Goodbye, for now.
Got something you need stashed? I'll keep an eye on this. I'll keep an eye on this. See anything you like? See you around. Iron well spent.
One horror down.
Weird. Let's see. What do we get?
See anything you like?
Waist guard.
Put it to good use.
Nothing good. Just maxing stuff out. Let's check the Black Legion because we hit a rep tier with them. And then we'll go in the green portal.
See anything you like?
All that. Oh yeah.
Iron well spent.
There's some more fire damage. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go check on the dog. Right. Now we're on the conclave of the three.
So, you are in the Corvin Basin,
The three have decreed that I seek out worthy allies in our battle against a common foe. Go to the center of the camp before...
Let this sacrifice echo across the conclave, that our brother Jaros was found worthy of bearing his life before Soleil's blade. Few are granted the honor, and fewer still have the will to accept the burden for the benefit of us all. And so it was with our brother, who not only willingly stepped forward to feed Soleil's hunger, he had Soleil's sigils painted upon his bare chest as he paraded himself to the center of the conclave. Larger than life, he stood proudly before Sagan, his curved witch blade, and proclaimed to all that today marks the first day of their victory against the usurper. Jaros kneeled, as was customary, but his eyes never turned away from the vicar's stoic gaze. As was set down upon us by Soleil, Sagan uttered sacred words and slid his forefinger to paint a rune upon Jaros' forehead. Then the vicar stood behind the sacrifice and placed the sacred blade upon his throat. This was the Chosen's last chance to back down, though, to be perfectly honest, such a disgrace would likely end in death anyway. Jaros looked ahead with confidence. His face was beaming with pride, such was his faith. For Soleil, he began to cry when Sagan slit his throat and plunged his other hand drenched in black flames into Jaros' chest. Sagan removed the dead man's heart in a swift motion and drank deep of the lifeblood spilling forth. Jaros' body slumped to the ground, his eyes still staring forward. Several attendants saw to his cremation, as the vicar delivered the heart to Soleil's shrine. The heart was placed in an ornate bowl and incinerated, and as it burned, the runes upon the shrine grew brighter. Soleil is pleased, Sagan uttered, smiling with bloody lips. I am certain you have heard whispers as I had. The mad one is restless, his mind filled with visions of the burning one's return. If the bonds are broken, his power restored, he can unmake everything. I do not have to remind you of the consequences. The triumvirate's fate is bound to this moment. Send word along the spider's web. Rally the servants of Bismiel. I invoke the sacred covenant. The forces of the three must converge on the forgotten lands of the Corvin people. Our forces must unite against this threat, or divided we shall succumb to the vengeful flames. None must be allowed to defy our summons. Any that do are as much the enemy as the forces we contend with, and shall be dealt with in kind. We must not allow ourselves to be distracted by the machinations of the ethereals or the bloodletters succumbing to their own doom. The danger they pose pales in comparison to what awaits us if we fail. And if the web has done its part, the Ireland survivors will at least stymie their progress long enough for our matters to be settled. Seek out the twin statues, you know of which I speak. The veil there is thin, and will serve as an opportune location to begin our work. I've dispatched the emissary to track down valuable allies who will turn the tide in our favor. I consider their lives expendable in pursuit of victory, but one must not tamper with the whims of fate when they are so clearly written before us. By the three thrones we will eradicate this threat to our gifts. The world will tremble before the might of the witch gods. I'm just looking for more of these. There are ulterior motives to my selecting this location for our conclave. The Dreeg seers have no doubt felt it by now, and your spiders have suspected. Yes, the veil is thin here, and yes, that enables the cult to better work the gifts of the Eldritch realm. But another source of power lies buried at our fingertips. At my behest, one of our most gifted scholars in the Veil's mysteries, Mazan, is working on harnessing this power. As you well know, there are other realms, other constructs of the primordial gods. The statues adorning this sacred place are more than just decoration. They are conduits between realities that can be manipulated to form a gateway with enough force of will. I believe Mazan is close to a breakthrough, and once he succeeds, we'll have an entire realm of it's the Shattered Realms, the Greater Rifts from Diablo 3. That's all that is. Praises be upon the three, praises be upon their wisdom, their foresight, and their pity upon mankind. For without their blessings we would be as worthless husks, devoid of the gifts of the eldritch realm and at the mercy of the luminary hounds. Curses be upon the usurper, burning vengeance, the Corvin destroyer. Curses be upon his lust for the eldritch thrones, the pinnacle of gods. May he die 1,000 deaths as Dreeg suffers 1,000 festering wounds. May his insides fill with spiders and eyes turn to ash by eldritch fire. All this we invoke upon the usurper of eldritch powers, powers meant to be wielded by the true gods and their servants. We march through the blistering sands and into the heart of flames, the whispers of Dreeg in our ears, the hounds of Bismael at our side, the black flame of Soleil upon our blades. None shall be spared before our wrath. By the gifts of our patron we reclaim what is theirs, and though our blood shall spill upon the Corvin sands, it will be done in honor of true masters of humanity.
The emissary warned me of it.
Let's get this over with. Fight some waves. Let's see. Ooh. No, I don't want lightning damage. That's interesting.
The emissary.
I could hear the bat. Ah, yes.
I'll speak to them. I can't remember. I want Soleil. And I get to check.
You show
Let's do that.
Soleil does not.
I think Soleil does fire.
We will stuff a.
So, the servants of an ancient...
Serve the.
I'm not really sure what the difference is. There is, but I don't know. Don't matter. Maybe it matters. I don't know. Comment down below if you know if it matters. I think we'll be alright. If you play Titan Quest, this is very similar to Titan Quest Act 2. Reuse a lot of their Egyptian enemies. That's fun. It's good expansion. I would say the beginning of this is a little easier than Malmith. At the cost of it's not like rewarding, you know what I mean? Because you can do it whenever. We could have done this first. I think chronologically it takes place after Ashes of Malmith, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it really overlaps as much. Because you can just do it whenever. You know, the lore notes give as much experience. Like whereas Malmith has to come after the base game. I don't really remember everything, so we're just gonna explore the areas. I think we'll be able to get all the side quest stuff. You know, I'll look up any we're missing. I'm going in circles. See, classic desert enemies. Mummies, bugs, ghosts. It's all here. Ooh, double rare boots. They're not that great.
That skill's not ready.
I think it'll ever not be satisfied. Ecker, Soleil aspirants. I don't even remember where those are. I think they're way up ahead. I don't know. We'll just keep checking around. There's a lot of... It's like not very big. But it's like everything's pretty much just like here. Yeah, it's fine.
I can't do that yet.
Oh, Binder's Frontier Hybrid of Corrosion. That's probably not anything we want to look at. No. I don't remember if there's any devotion shrines in this expansion for whatever reason. I don't think it added more devotions, so I don't think it increased the cap, so I don't think it has any? I don't know. Ooh. Something to think about. There are. Okay, my bad. Oh, I don't know how to get it there. This way. physical. Ooh. Oh, they're the same thing I already have. A little more resistances. They're a little better. That's alright. Yeah, I think it was this one? Yeah, fissure. Going up here. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. I write this final letter so that those who may find this know what has transpired. Know that I am not a sinister man and would never murder anyone in cold blood. But through some evil dwelling within this place, that is precisely what had happened. I came to these lands with my two companions, Hangin and Balik. After weeks of travel through accursed sands, we at last came to see the spires of the Corvin ruins. They were stabbing up from the haze of the horizon like the rotten ribs of some great dead god. It was not until we stepped foot inside the first tomb that I began hearing the whispers. I kept asking what the others were muttering. They would laugh, saying I was merely hearing things. As our days of digging and opening tombs continued, I became convinced they were conspiring to slit my throat. I refused to sleep. I grew weary and delusional. The whispers kept gnawing at my mind. Yesterday, as we made our way into the latest tomb, the voices took their toll. We found a small opening on the surface through which we were able to descend via rope. As soon as my feet touched the dusty tiles, however, I was but a passenger in my own body, trapped in my own eyes. As my companions moved into the inky depths, my hands reached for the rope, soaked it with lamp oil. I screamed to warn the others, but I had no voice. I stared in horror as our only means of escape vanished in a brief blaze. Deeper inside, I found Hangin overlooking a golden railing near the waterfall. My hands came up to my vision as if to push him. I tried to fight my arms down. I commanded my mouth to make any noise, but nothing came of it. I was powerless. I could only watch as his hand shot out in desperation, grasping for anything within reach. The railing, the wall, me. His eyes met with mine in the final fearful question, why? Then he was gone, tumbled over the railing and out of sight into the ravine. Balik was not far from my grisly deed. I found him admiring the intricate work of gold-encrusted statue. The figure was frightening with too many arms, gripping a razor-sharp halberd as if ready to defend the tomb. There was an eerie quality of unlife about it that made my blood run cold. In a flash, my hands were wrapped around Balik's arms, and I lifted him with inhuman strength way up into the air before forcing his back onto the statue's weapon. I released him and watched as he slowly slid down the length of the halberd, his blood pouring down along the shaft and pooling at the foot of the statue. It was that moment when my last friend was dead that whatever spell had enthralled me had ended. Freed from my mental prison, I screamed and wailed and pounded on cold stones like a distraught child. For a brief moment I could swear I saw a livid face clad in golden armor staring back at me, but then it was gone. I can't say when or how, but I pulled Balik down off the statue. Nor do I know how long I laid there holding my dead friend. My mind was broken. There was no hope of escape. I sought it. By my own hand, I became trapped down here to waste away and rot to bone by fallen companions. I needed to write this, if not for myself, then for my friends. I can only pray their spirits know in their hearts that it was not me. They greet me with forgiveness when I see them beyond the veil. Gods preserve me. My hands were not my own. Some good shit going on here, huh? Aether, fire. Not really a lot of resistances. Yeah.
I can't do that yet.
And there's the aspirants. Yeah, we're in it now. The Forgotten Gods.
You're looking. Can you say Orvac and his minions cannot be underestimated?
Serve the three and prosper.
Yeah, we have to make some sacrifices. They're all pretty willing, though. Not sure it matters. We'll be alright.
Well, good.
Alright, so we've called the ranks, welcomed in the new... There we go. Classic, classic, classic. Where the hell is Sargon?
The oracles of Drigas.
We're not getting to Shattered Realms right this second. That'd be crazy, right? Here he is. That's Riggs.
Well, look.
Okay. I have no idea what's up with that. There's like a quest related to it, but I have no idea. Oh, they're home already. 1 second. Ooh, sorry, I thought I had more time. Oh, no. Okay, no, I don't want to... Why did it lose connection to the sound? I didn't want it to lose audio. Oh, well. Who's this guy? Oh, Vanguard of the Three. It's the next area up. Okay. So yeah, I guess we can just call it here. I don't know when my audio cut out, but it's not a bad spot. A little shorter one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.